Hey everybody, I'm John Swantek. Welcome to Direct Connect presented by United, where you guys, the fans, get to ask the questions and connect directly with PGA Tour players through our social media platforms. Our guest this week, Scott Stallings, 61st in the FedEx Cup points race as the second leg of the playoffs gets going on Friday from the Deutsche Bank Championship. Scott joins us from TPC Boston. Must be feeling good about your position now, Scott, after a good showing, a tie for 24th last week at the Barclays, huh?
Yeah, it was good. The golf course was hard, and anytime you shoot under par on a golf course like that for the week, you kind of take it and go. And definitely played well the last couple of weeks, and definitely look forward to another one this week.
Scott Stallings, a rookie winner at the Greenbrier Classic last year, also won the True South Classic earlier this season. He's 2 for 2. Let's get it going here. First question through Twitter from @HitHimStraight19. Scott, 2 wins in your first 2 years on tour. Not a bad way to start your career. Yeah, that's an understatement. It's got to ease the pressure, doesn't it, Scott?
It definitely eases the pressure. To win once is great. To win twice, I mean, to be in the company of the people that won twice under the age of 30 is humbling, and it's a really nice crowd to be a part of. But to go into it, I mean, it's definitely motivating as well. You kind of had that success, and you kind of learn from it, and we definitely look forward to what you have to do to keep it going.
Bruce, through the Tour Report, has a question for Scott Stallings, who makes his home in Knoxville, Tennessee these days. He says, you seem pretty laid back and, quote, country. Would you say that Boo Weekley and Blake Adams are guys that you align yourself with as far as personalities, habits, and hobbies? What do you think, Scott?
I guess a little bit. I mean, I live in the South. I'm from Tennessee, but all my kind of sports loyalties and stuff like that are to New England and the Boston area. So it's kind of weird. It's that's kind of a half true statement and half not true. And Blake is actually a really good buddy of mine, but also a bunch of the New England guys, Keegan and some of those other guys, are really good friends of mine as well. But I think it just kind of goes. I mean, I'm pretty laid back. Anything goes. And I don't really know if I'd necessarily say country, but if that's what he wants to describe it, that's fine with me.
Yeah, I think it was a compliment. And Scott is actually born in Worcester, Massachusetts, as he mentioned, big Patriots fan. Here's another one through the Tour Report from Rojo. He says, Scott, if you had an NFL fantasy team, who would you try to draft as your first-round pick?
Tom Brady.
Yeah, no hesitation. How high would you go for Brady? Let's say you had 3rd pick, 4th pick, you'd nab him?
Oh, I tried to trade up for whatever I needed to get him.
Get up to number 1 and make sure you get your boy there. Let's go to Facebook for another one. This is from Joshua Stevens for Scott Stallings, a big Tennessee Volunteers fan, obviously, as a Knoxville resident. Are you related to football coach Gene Stallings? Just wondering.
No, actually, living in Knoxville, I get that a lot. And, going to Tennessee football games with the last name of Stallings and kind of dealing with the old Alabama coach that was there for a long time. And people try to call me a traitor and this and that. And I'm not related to him at all. And but hopefully the Tennessee people will just know that I'm a Tennessee fan, and hopefully they can kind of pull me through this year.
Yeah, pretty heated rivalry there, Tennessee and Alabama in the SEC. Scott played his college golf at Tennessee Tech. Here's a question through Facebook from Michael Rutledge. Just wanted to ask what your favorite college memory was related to golf, of course. Yeah, thanks, Michael. We're going to keep it clean and professional here with our college memories with Scott.
My favorite golf memory in college, probably I drove the bus sometimes, even though I don't necessarily think that's NCAA approved, but my coach fell asleep my senior year and he was snoring really loud, and we always hated it when he fell asleep because he'd snore and he'd kind of bother all of us. So we pulled back behind this car hauler where the cars were pointed at us, and I was almost bump drafting this car hauler, and we got really, really close to it. Everyone got quiet, and I slammed on the brakes, and my coach shot up out of the passenger seat, and the first thing he saw was cars pointed right at him. We were throwing trash and screaming and yelling, and he pulled off the side of the road and started yelling and cussing at me, and it was hilarious. It was something that I'll never forget. And he came to my wedding and he told that story, and said I almost gave him a heart attack and put him in an early grave.
That is the definition of a small college golf program. One of the players drives the bus, for goodness sakes.
Absolutely. I don't know if that's, he's passed away a couple years now, but, that's definitely one of my fondest memories of him. He loved me to death and I loved him, but I did everything I possibly could to mess with him all the time.
Great story. We continue along here with Scott Stallings. Another one through the Tour report from LJ. Scott, I hear your workout routine is pretty intense. Does it help prevent nagging injuries?
Well, I'd like to say that all the stuff I did this offseason was going to keep me from getting injured, but there's kind of a freak incident. I was seeing a chiropractor. It was kind of no fault of his and really no fault of mine, and just kind of a weird instance as far as to tear cartilage in 5 of my ribs, kind of violently and all of a sudden, and but I haven't had any other injuries other than that. My body's held up well. Definitely look forward to the off season as far as to getting back to where I was, and it's been a long, kind of tough season as far as to deal with coming and going of injuries, and just kind of a lot of patience. But definitely look forward to getting back to it this off season and starting off the season strong.
To Twitter at RockyTop44, probably another Tennessee Vols fan. Scott, I saw you zip-lining on Inside the PGA Tour earlier this year. Where was that?
That was in Hawaii at Kapalua. We did my wife and I did some excursions with PGA Tour Entertainment, and it was a lot of fun. And hopefully we'll have an opportunity to do that. She'll be about 8 months pregnant this year when we go. So hopefully, I don't think we'll be doing any zip lining, but hopefully I'll have an opportunity to do a couple more things like that. Yeah, that was the last question here. We'll sneak it in from Seaman through the tour report. Scott, congrats on the new addition coming to your family. Jennifer's expecting, and the baby is due sometime after the end of the year, right? We're going to try to induce the baby during Pebble Beach. She's 17 weeks now, and she's due right around the time of where Pebble will be, so that hopefully will work out nicely. Well, good luck with everything. I hope Jennifer is feeling well. Hope the planning of your schedule goes well. Added inspiration for an expectant father, Scott Stallings, at this week's Deutsche Bank Championship. Play well, Scott. Thanks for connecting with us. All right, thank you very much.
Direct Connect is brought to you by United, who is proud to be the official airline of the PGA Tour.